are going to make an English debate between Mahmoud and Abdul Razzaq. We are going to make a debate about social media. Let's get started.
May peace be upon you, my brothers and sisters. Today we're going to talk about effects on social media on humanity. As the teacher said, one's with, one's against. I'm against social media, and here's why. One of the reasons is depression and anxiety. For a lot of people, visiting a site like Facebook can actually result in a negative mood shift. As you see the highlights of other people's lives, you may feel envious, and too much envy can lead to depression. I think we can all relate to this point, although some people don't understand me right now. But my debate is really based on experience more than science and facts. I'm sure we have that one or two friends, or maybe even yourself, that is feeling a type of envy or depression because of this. Facebook and Instagram and all these sites, we all have these celebrities and these rich people, and we always look at these people and we compare ourselves to them. It's like, oh, this guy has this car, this guy has this mansion, and we just keep comparing ourselves, which just leads to envy and us feeling like we're worthless, not knowing that their lives is just as bad as ours. They also feel pain, they're humans after all. People have suspected this for quite some time, but in 2015, a study by the University of Missouri pretty much confirmed it. If Facebook is used to see how well an acquaintance is doing financially, or how happy an old friend is in his relationships, things that cause envy among users, use of the site can lead to feelings of depression. We found that if Facebook users experience envy of the activities and lifestyles of their friends on Facebook, they are much more likely to report feelings of depression. There have also been made medical terms and research on social media, and researchers have come up with the term FOMO, which stands for fear of missing out. The hyperconnectedness of social media is also an issue, particularly when users start feeling anxious whenever they have to disconnect from their social bubbles. You know it's bad when people have to concoct colloquial terms to describe this, including FOMO, fear of missing out, and nomophobia, fear of being without your phone. Again, I'm sure we all live through the fact that there are always these students that, like in class, the teacher's giving the class, and it's like on his phone, it's like they always have to be on their phone. That's actually a really big problem. That's a scientific term that you can't be without your phone. Addiction is also one of these reasons. Social media is the new cigarette, believe it or not. Studies have shown that when scrolling through social media, our brain produces the chemical dopamine, a chemical that gives us the feeling of pleasure, the same chemical found in cigarettes, alcohol, and drugs. An overdose of dopamine is a cause of humans not feeling the need to be productive, because dopamine produces a sense of accomplishment, which makes us have no desire of doing things worthy of praise, like building a house. The chemical dopamine in old times was very hard to get. You get it from achieving really big things, like building a house, like getting that job you always dreamed of, like seeing a friend again. These are all produced dopamine. But now it's just as easy as opening your phone and seeing everything in front of your eyes. You want to go to Antarctica? Open your phone. Many addiction terms were given, such as FOMO, fear of missing out, as I just said, nomophobia, fear of being without your phone, PIU, problematic internet use, IGD, internet gaming disorder, IAD, internet addiction disorder. These are all connected to social media and how it affects.
OMG, as I rested in a bunch of SMHs and realized, what about me? Do I not have the patience to have conversation without abbreviation? This is the generation of media overstimulation. Chats have been reduced to snaps. The news is 140 characters. Videos are 6 seconds at high speed. And you wonder why ADD is on the rise faster than 4G LTE. But get a load of this. Studies show the attention span of the average adult today is 1 second lower than that of a goldfish. So if you're one of the few people on aquatic animals that have yet to click off or close this video, congratulations. Let me finish by saying you do have a choice, yes. But this one, my friends, we cannot autocorrect. We must do it ourselves. Take control or be controlled, make a decision. Me? No longer do I want to spoil a precious moment by recording it with a phone. I'm just gonna keep them. I don't want to take a picture of all my meals anymore. I'm just gonna eat them. I don't want the new app, the new software, or the new update. And if I want to post an old photo, who says I have to wait until Thursday? I'm so tired of performing in a pageantry of vanity and conforming to this accepted form of digital insanity. Call me crazy, but I imagine a world where we smile when we have low batteries. Cause that'll mean we'll be one bar closer to humanity.
See that bird right there that flew? How many times do we often see that when we go to the sea? Do we look at the sea and the things around it? Or do we stay on our phones because we're too engaged in it? That's the point I wanted to make, that some people really take their phones too seriously. They depend on it now. Instead of them, they depend on it like it's food, like it's water. So I think people should really wake up to that. Thank you.
So, before I start, I'm talking about like social media right now, and I am actually with social media that it could help us, make us feel a bit better ourselves, and a few other things. So if you start. Okay, so social media benefits on business. Before we start, we have like 5 benefits. And actually social media is really, and like way more than everyone here might think, is really benefits the business on like ways that you might haven't think of. So we have 5 points. The first one is increased exposure. Social media will expose your company or service to new eyes. With one click, your message is shown to multitude of people. Like our school actually uses Facebook for like, I don't know, increased exposure for the school. So more parents would know about the school and they might put their son in the school. And learn about your target consumers. So social media gives you insights into what your audience is into. Getting to know your audience can help you discover creative ways to reach them via advertising or content. Such like, have anyone heard of Razer? So Razer is actually a technology company that uses social media so much and create so many videos on YouTube just to know what the consumers want and what they wish for, and they just create them for them. And it's been like working for them because like they have a bunch of millions just in their back pocket. Feedback. Social media allows you for instant feedback from your consumers, good or bad. The time between knowing if a product or a campaign is a success is shorter. This means you can respond and resolve mishaps in a faster manner. Like, you could say, if you have a simple store and like someone reviewed the store in a bad way or like said few bad things about your store, so you can fast, you can resolve these problems, and maybe he might misunderstood few things and you can respond for it and solve the problem. Competitive analysis. Social media can help you keep an eye and edge on the competition. You can use social media to target your competition, fans, see what they may be doing that you can improve on, or simply identify ways to stand out with your industry. So like as a small company, you can check what other companies are doing, what their fans want, and you can, for example, you can make their product a similar product to their product, but like for cheaper, or like if they have few problems with their product, You can resolve these problems and sell it for their consumers, and they might come to you. And customer service. Sometimes a customer won't reach you if they have a problem, but will go ahead and post a complaint online. Many customers now using social media on point of contact with a brand. So as similar like with the EA, I had a problem like with the servers. I couldn't play FIFA. So I went to them and, hey, FIFA, your server sucks. I want to play. So they came to me and was like, oh, sorry, man. And this is like a special code, a gift for you. And that's why you couldn't play. Please wait for us 15 minutes. And they helped me, and I was satisfied with that customer service. So let's go to next slide. Social media and mental health. So before we start, let me get back to the first slide. Before we start, I might to be against everyone in this room, even my own parents, like for real, the one who raised me, to say that yeah, social media does have a good effect on us. And many people like don't realize it. Like we just need to accuse social media of many bad things just because it's a new thing. But like we do that with every single new thing. We did it with phones, we did it with laptops, we did it even with printers. Like back at in the beginning or the ending of Uthman age, they actually made printers haram because like they are new and we don't know what they're doing. We do that with literally everything new, but like we get used to it to the end, and we know that it has many benefits in our life. So let's start. So stress. Researchers at Pew Research Center based in Washington, D.C. found out that Twitter can act as a coping mechanism which can make people feel less stressed after writing about their day, and people reaching out for them and helping them and make them feel better, which relieves stress. So actually, a survey has been done that a bunch of people were asked to post about their day on Twitter, about what's making them feel bad. So after they posted, a bunch of people told them how to deal with it, or like told them to feel better and made them feel better about themselves. And at the end, people like feel or like relieve stress after they talk about the things that make them feel bad. So next slide. Anxiety. That's like hard to talk about this stuff. People with anxiety have social media as an outlet, connect with people, speak their mind, and share their talents with the world, which can improve their mental state and their mood. Like if you look at the definition of anxiety, it's a feeling of worry, nervousness, or unease about something with uncertain outcome. See, people with anxiety are afraid to talk face to face. Most of the time they get worried, they might see that you might feel, you might be bored of them, or like you might not be happy to talk with them, or they might not just understand you, like a bunch of people here. But when they are social media, they don't see our faces. They just see maybe smiley faces, which can make them happier. They may feel better about themselves. They are not afraid of anyone, because like no one is going to tell them what to do in social media, and they just can show their talents. A lot of actually musicians and artists show their talents on YouTube. Believe it or not, Justin Bieber himself, even if you hate him or not, was discovered on YouTube. Researchers from Baby Basel University in Romania reviewed existing research that might have been used in the video or his detail on the relationships between social media and anxiety and social media in 2016, and said that the results were mixed and there is no proof that whether social media causes social anxiety or not. They concluded that more research needs to be done. So till now, it hasn't been proven, or quite proven, that social media does cause social anxiety. Till now, it's just a bunch of surveys that they don't have facts. Surveys, most of the time, they're just asking people opinion which can be a lie, or which can be, just not fact. But we have to use them sometimes. Depression. Now, before we talk about depression, we have to learn something. See, numbers and facts can show us what does really happen when people have depression. So, as for an idea, I thought about telling you a story, I guess. And I can show you the facts and numbers, but we don't feel numbers, do we? And I think when we talk about this subject, we should feel it. So let me tell you a story about a guy who literally hated himself in every single way. I mean, no one liked him. He lost his job. His fiancé didn't want him, so he told him to get out of his house. And he was left alone. And one day he was just sitting there on his bed, maybe feeling so bad about it. And just a simple text by his friend just asked him, how are you? Made him let everything out. Just told him about everything. And that text might have revealed him. And he encouraged his friends why don't you share it? Why just don't you tell about people about it? And he shared the message on Facebook, and to his surprise, everyone in Facebook, like even old friends, old relatives, people he didn't know that much, a friend of a friend, everyone reached out to him. Mood. Social media can improve your mood by changing the way you're using it. So instead of just scrolling down Instagram, just liking that cute puppy or like liking cute girls, a study conducted by researchers at Michigan State University showed that when participants are more active on Facebook, they give advice, show empathy or support in some way or another, or connect with people through a group, demonstrate an increase in their well-being as compared to a passive user. And it can boost their mood. Self-esteem. A study conducted by Amy L. Gonzalez and Jeffrey T. Hampton. Facebook helps actually to amplify students' self-esteem. So believe it or not, when we post about ourselves on Instagram and on Facebook, we just show the good things in our life, and when we go through that, we just remember our happy ones, our good days, the things that make us feel happy, make us feel better about ourselves, things that we might be proud of, like the first day you graduated college, or your birthdays, or your friends. So experts in their study that when people post something on their profile, they have the ability to filter the negative information that they don't want to remember, or like they would like to remember, to be exposed, and only publicize the information that they consider as positive. By doing this, people can build an ideal image of themselves online, which can constantly increase the level of their self-esteem. Next page. Addiction. Social media addiction isn't actually included at the latest diagnostic manual for mental health disorders. Believe it or not, games are included, as he said. I don't know what games have to do with social media, but they are included. And I don't play that much, just 15 hours. Most importantly, are included, and even if it was an addiction, it may, and put 2 underlines under may, require professional help. But they found out that excessive usage was linked to relationship problems and worse academic achievement. And many more benefits. Like he only included 5 points. I have 25 benefits, not including the business one, and 5 more, and 8 pages. So yeah, like if we have this much benefits, why are we hating on it? Like I can't find a reason. If 5 things or 5 points we are hating on, we are accusing social media that cause anxiety, depression, and envy, and we have a solution to everything. So why should we hate on it? There is no reason till now. We live in a new era. It's called the connected era, where everyone is connected, where everyone can help each other, where everyone can create their own jobs. So why? Why would you do it? So that's it. Oh yeah, one last thing. Prince EA, the one who was in the video that Mahmoud showed, himself uses social media to manage his own business, and he generates money from it, believe it or not. So when your phone battery be off or zero, he's gonna be broke, or he needs to find a new job. And he uses Instagram around every day to post about motivational things that would improve people's mood, inspire them, which is a benefit for social media, obviously. So like even himself is benefiting us for social media. So yeah, that's my points for now. Thank you so much.
So now it's time for the debate. Let's get started.
What was that boring? Bored here?
Yeah,
that guy is doing
literally everyone was sleeping when I started up, so I need to wake them up.
Yeah, exactly. So I have like so many things to talk about in your stuff. We can't argue that social media is bad for business. I can accept that. It's good for business. Yes, you can do this. Yes, you can do that. But how many people exactly are using social media for business? Can you tell me that?
Yeah, literally, a study has been showed or sponsored by Facebook that just 247 million was made just by social media.
No,
And
how many people?
I can't know how many people because there hasn't been survey yet. But you could say literally everyone now can open a small store for his phone for free. He doesn't need anyone. to open his new job or his career. Now Instagram can make you open your business account. It's actually a new setting. You just need to one click and open a store for you. Or as an artist, maybe like if you are good at drawing. At Twitter right now, you can open just a business account like Instagram and sell your art. Or if anyone wants something for you, someone wants you to draw something for him, just can put your prices on it, and he just can ask you and contact with you with your business email, and literally everywhere else. And actually YouTube now also can be used as a new, YouTube is actually considered a new career right now, and hey, everyone knows that Logan Paul is just by using YouTube.
How many people here are using business on social media? Can you raise your hand, please?
And obviously no one is
Can,
gonna use
how
social
many
media.
people in the school use social media for business?
But obviously no one's gonna use it.
How many
Except
people
for
in-
Zako.
You do? Okay, one. How many people in Marseille use social media?
But Marseille isn't as
No, like
connected
statistically,
or as-
like in Turkey, how many people?
there is no such
Okay, let's compare people who use social media for their own good, like scrolling on their phone, looking at modern cars and people, rich people, and people who actually use it for business. Who
Okay,
would be
but
more?
how many people just scroll down their phones? They
Um,
might actually been looking at new facts, new information, learning new things. And actually one of the facts here, social media can help you learn at a college level, believe it or not, just by the information that's been there. And it's actually, social media spreads information real fast, because like, hey, this is the new era.
Actually, it doesn't. Internet does.
No, it's actually social media. There's many Instagram accounts, Twitter accounts. Hey, NASA is on Twitter. You can learn a new thing every day. Instagram is on Twitter. You can learn a thing. Tumblr has many communities to learn about drawing, coding, or whatever you want. in my
College
phone.
level?
Yeah, college level.
College level.
Yeah.
Okay, then why go to college? And why do
Ask
people
yourself.
go to college? You
I
know,
don't
just,
know.
what are we in school? You wanna go, guys?
No one told you to come. You can leave.
Oh, but you're here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to prove my point. I'm gonna do that.
I can actually tell you right now that people, how many people here are happy because yay, we have money. If you use social media for business, it's gonna keep the bad side too. Does
Okay,
social
okay.
media in general?
So
social
you're
media
telling
in
me
general-
money doesn't make people happy?
No. How many people think that money makes you happy? Yeah. Except this guy. and
Yeah,
this.
except for these people.
Well, I'm sorry to prove the reality to you because none of the adults raised their hands. Money doesn't actually make you happy.
So like you're unhappy because I don't know, you don't want money?
No, actually, happiness, which is the very important, like the main point of most human beings here, is what we live for. We live for happiness. Does
Okay.
anyone disagree?
But most of
Anyone
our
want to not be happy? So, I can actually tell you that happiness comes from peace and content, and not money. Good morning. Yeah.
okay. Can I prove my point here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, actually, social media does help raise awareness about peace and things like that. If you want peace, social media can be reason for that. Actually, there's an idea, or you could say, a problem between the religions, between Islam and Jewish people and Christians, which can be resolved just by simple conversation without any war, just by few words on Twitter, and everyone can have a conversation about that idea without fighting, without needing to kill each other.
I mean,
So,
if it
you
was
want
face to
peace-
face, you would kill each other?
No, probably, yeah, someone would get mad and hit on, but like at Twitter, he can't hit you. So yeah, we just can't have a simple-minded conversation.
On YouTube, there are thousands of accounts that people go out to the streets and talk to people about religion, and none were hit.
Okay,
Just
but
know.
he posted a video on social media which can propose new ideas and which people can discuss at the comments at YouTube, right?
Which can also be discussed in real life.
Okay, but like in real life, there might be a danger. In social media, you're behind the screen, which danger can happen.
Yes, you are actually. FBI can track you down, and people can track you down.
Yeah, but
And
I don't
they'll
think
kill you.
FBI is gonna get me because, like I said, few words about another religion. Is it?
No, not FBI. The people. You know how many people were kidnapped because of social media? How many people were killed?
And you know how many people were saved by social media? Actually, as a story, a woman has her own airplane fell on an island, and
Which
she
woman?
did. Huh?
Which one?
A woman, just a woman. It's a
Oh.
story back in 2015. A woman had her own airplane, fell on an island, and she was lost. And she has no way to connect except for a simple photo on Facebook she posted before her airplane gone. After just 24 hours, and a bunch of, what do you call them, marinas defenders found her and knew where she is and helped her and got her back to her home.
Well, that's one person, right?
Yeah,
I can tell you
there's
that.
so many cases
Wait,
that actually.
Can I talk?
Okay.
Thank you. Before social media and everything, suicide rates in the USA alone were in 20%. Now that social media is here, big time, it has increased to 65%. And you know how many 45% is? That's not a little bit. Like people are killing themselves. Why? Because business, money
And that's
makes
what
us happy.
I actually talked about that point, that we can use social media now to diagnose depression. So we could help them and they can get treated before that symptoms happen, before they do such a thing.
You know, people who actually suffer from depression and anxiety are too scared to talk about their problems, so they would keep them to themselves.
Well,
However, if social media did not exist, and we had real friends that we trust and adore, maybe we could have talked about it and have less
so
depression.
you think they are more open to people in front of them instead of people that they don't have to see their faces. People with anxiety are so afraid to talk about with people face to face. They can't handle it.
Where did the anxiety come from?
You just said
social
depression.
media.
You just said depression.
Yeah, where did
and
depression
anxiety.
come from?
Yeah,
Social media.
wasn't
From-
the reason for this long fact or survey or a research that proved that social media was the cause of that.
I just showed you research of
I
Missouri, research of, you know, you just said where people can research the bad side, where people can research the good side and tell you, hey, this is good, you know, get your Facebook, you'll be happy. You know, that's true 100% if you want some money too, you know. So saying that some research is fake can actually be proved against you as well. If we talk experience and not facts of USA here, you know, your parents, like when they tell you get off the phone, why do they say that? Because they want you to be sad? Because social media makes you happy, right? So like get off the phone so you'll be sad. Here, study this book, be sad. That's what parents want, right? They want us to be, they want us to have depression.
So studying makes you happy.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Before social media was here, like our parents, they didn't have social media, did they? No. What did they do in their free time? They didn't have Facebook, they didn't... Well, I'll tell you, they went outdoors. They played football, basketball, any type of soft sports. If you compare the child from 30 years ago and look at the child now, you'll see quite some change in intellect, attention span, concentration, and physical appearance as well.
And is there research that proved that point?
Your eyes.
No, actually, anxiety back at our parents' day and depression, people with anxiety would just sit by themselves and no one is there to help them, and they would actually be called sometimes crazy because like they have a mental issue. But now with our connected age, people are not afraid to share their feelings anymore, and they can reach for help just by posting a small message on Twitter or Instagram. Believe it or not, many people with anxiety just let their talents out, their many talents out just on Twitter or Instagram, and they have like more you could say more self-esteem after that, and they can have like, deal with problems a bit better. So as Jaden Animation, if you know her, had a problem with her looks, had a problem with her self-esteem, but just posting few videos on YouTube, she improved her social points and social activities, and she could accept herself a bit more than before.
Okay. My sister actually draws, and she doesn't have much self-esteem. Although she posts her art on Instagram, when she looks at Jaden Animations, she's like, oh my god, she's so much better than me. Envy, depression, anxiety, self-esteem. When she draws, it's like, okay, this is not good. She's much better. I need to rip this off. Me, like from my experience, I talk to suicidal people on social media. I know quite some people, and I'll tell you, I met 5. 4 didn't want to talk about it. because they didn't know me much. So saying that because you can't see a face, it's actually scarier. He might be like someone who, you know, these accounts, these fake accounts that tell you, hey, let's hang out, and then boom, robber or criminal. That happened quite a lot, and you can see that.
About anything about hanging out. It's just talking about having a simple conversation. It wouldn't hurt you just by having a simple conversation on Instagram. It wouldn't kill you just by having that conversation. And another thing, enviness doesn't have to cause depression. Actually, this can be good for us. We can be, I am, as for example, or experience, I'm envy of Mahmoud and Nouri and for his marks. And that enviness make me, I don't know, want to be better, want to work harder on myself to get to their marks and to get to their point. Enviness doesn't have to cause depression, anxiety, and many problems. Actually, can prove us, make us, I don't know, try to be a bit better than before.
Well, okay, I'll prove your words against you. When I'm hanging out with you and you talk about our marks, you have said I hate my life like... Wait, I can't count them. Yeah, so yeah, envy can be positive, but this type of envy is actually bad. Because comparing yourself to other people, let's say you go to the gym, okay? You look at these bodybuilders, boom, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Whoa, I've been training for 1 month and look at this guy. Yeah, I think I'll stop
You
and go back to my Big Mac.
He trained, you just trained for a whole month and he trained for more than 5 years and you just stopped at the first month because like you just saw him. That's wrong.
Well, Mr.
Well,
Smart,
don't put your problems on social media when it's your problem.
tell that to the
It's a
children.
mistake.
Tell that to the people.
Okay,
What?
but like
It's a fact.
It's not
It's a
because
fact.
of
Everyone
social
knows.
media you gave up. Okay?
Everyone knows.
Giving up is social media affects people in a different way. It doesn't have to be the same effect on everyone. And yeah, one last thing, I hate my life is actually a joke. It doesn't have to be real.
You were talking about dopamine and how it gives you happiness, right? And you know,
No, it doesn't. It gives you pleasure.
pleasure.
Yeah.
Sure. So this pleasure, don't you think that this pleasure could decrease suicide rates instead of increase them? And a whole point of your argument is that social media increases suicide rates, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, how can dopamine affect that? Does it affect it in a good way or a bad way?
Bad way. It's just like Abdulrazak, I think you understand dopamine wrong. We get dopamine from phones in a bad level because deal with it or not, you have to get off your phone. You have a job, you need to pay for your rent unless you want to live in the streets and starve, but you're still on your phone. You have to remove it for a while and work. So in that time, when you actually don't have your phone, that can actually cause you some sadness, which makes you go back to it. So let's say you leave your work and you get on your phone. Once you can't pay rent anymore, so you don't have a house, okay? It's like, okay, I need a job to get a house, but you're still addicted. The dopamine is like, okay, your brain needs dopamine, so you open your phone. So now you have no house. I'm sorry, how can not having a house not give you depression? You see the point I'm making?
But that doesn't mean social media causes you that depression.
Question, that's one. Two, it is, then what is causing your depression?
You lost your house.
Yeah, which came from social media.
Okay,
You need
but-
to look at the root.
Okay, you use social media, but losing your house wasn't because of social media.
And what was it? Because your laziness, which
Yeah.
came from social media.
No, it didn't come from your social media. It
Oh,
just
okay.
came from your own choice to use it at that time.
Yeah,
See,
which is
people-
your brain, which is addicted to dopamine, which comes from social media.
Okay, but like you
Just how
just
it comes
said
back.
that working causes you sadness
Okay.
before you said that using social media. So because if you said you wanted to feel a bit happier, you use social media.
You feel happier when you actually achieve something from the job and get a payday.
Teenagers now are dropping out of school and college to chase a YouTube career. What is your opinion on that?
Well, as we said, it's not actually a lot of teenagers, a lot of kids. And actually, why not? They can actually make a job out of it. If they have enough passion and they are working hard enough, they might get a job at them. Actually, making a job at YouTube is a bit easier now because a new websites like Patreon and Fundme.com, they're all now just to help people to achieve their dreams on social media. So, I don't know, someone could have like 15,000 subscribers on YouTube. It's not a big channel, it's a small channel actually. But just donating $1, by using Patreon every month. Imagine 15,000 people donate you just $1 every month. And you consider that a success?
But it depends on
$15,000. And if you want more,
But if
then
you
money.
fail, if you don't have enough subscribers and viewers,
How
what
much
would
do
you
you
do?
need? Like, if you, at least you want $3,000 at a month, okay? You just need 3,000 subscribers. Your channel doesn't have to be that big anymore. You don't have to be 1 million subscribers anymore. You just need, I don't know, just a few subscribers. 2,500 subscribers, I think, is enough. And I don't know, at least 1,500 of them would donate just $1 every month, and that's a new job for you.
Do you donate to YouTubers?
No, as for me, no, I don't, because I actually just watch big YouTubers, and big YouTubers gain money enough from views. Paying around small as like 0.15 cent every month,
Yeah.
which you can do by your small credit card, but like you can't have a credit card unless like you were 18 or more, so that's why I can't pay off.
Yes, but don't you think like big YouTubers, and when kids watch them, they think, oh yeah, all I have to do is just make a couple videos, and bam, I'll have a lot of subscribers.
Well, we all had like our
So
dreams
yeah,
when we
but
were
don't you
kids.
think this could make kids like go after YouTube? Do you think it's really easy? Maybe even drop out of school, and then they realize they're failing. It's not as easy as it looks.
Okay, so like as with kids, like we could imagine we're gonna be Superman at one point and Spider-Man at one. See, our dreams doesn't have to be real when we were kids. And even if he did it, and even if he dropped out school, believe it or not, like most of people who are like rich right now, all of them dropped out of school. Like Elon Musk himself, he dropped out of school, made millions by just selling his company that called PayPal, and he's using social media right now. And,
How many Elon Musk in the world?
yeah.
One.
Yeah.
We're talking about millions of people. We're talking about one.
Okay, how many people can be Elon Musk? See, there's so much
It's a-
potential on many people. You can't tell me that Abbas can't be one day as Elon Musk. Everyone can be him. We are not saying that no one can.
I mean,
So
you're
why
talking
not?
about YouTube, you're talking about
He
rocket
just
science.
asked me about it.
Yeah.
So,
And Elon Musk doesn't spend so much time on social media.
no, he actually
reads
spends,
books. No, he reads books. I research
Yeah.
Elon Musk. He reads books every day
and he reads actually Twitter and use it every day. If you like follow him on Twitter.
in a small amount of time.
Okay, but like,
He uses it to give, not to take.
yeah, okay, but like he uses actually social media to give exposure to his company. Isn't that right?
In business, social media is very good,
Yeah.
but in normal people's
So-
life, it's very bad.
Something normal people like it's all mental. Yeah.
Who's your computer?
It's who's
I'm with
He was lying to himself.
okay. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 Mahmoud and 1, 2.
okay, so we cast it down.
So let's decide the winner. The winner is Mahmoud. He has 4 votes, and Abdulrazak has 3 votes. So he is the winner. Congratulations.